Good afternoon. This is Dan Dreeland. I'm the commissioner in the Virginia Headwaters Council, and I'm going to teach Dutch Oven 101. These are simple recipes for any scout. It's very easy to do. And what we're going to do, this is 3 different parts of a meal. We're going to do a soup, and we're going to do a chicken, and we're going to bake a cobbler. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a southwestern chili soup. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the Dutch oven. Okay, this has already been prepared. It's been oiled. It's clean, and we're going to put a little oil in it. And we're going to add our hamburger. And we're going to add our chopped onion. This is a medium chopped onion. And what we're going to do is we're going to brown this. So what I'm going to do is put this on the fire, and we're going to get this one started. Okay. All right, while that's heating up, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to make a chicken taco bake, okay? And I'm going to do this a little bit differently. This is going because we're doing for such a small group. You can do this in a frying pan. So here I've got my prepared frying pan, and I've got some chicken breasts, and I'm not sure exactly how many of these we're going to do. Make sure you wash your hands, and a good thing to do when you're using chicken is use rubber gloves, okay? You don't want to cross-contaminate anything. So I got my gloves on. And I got my chicken. Alright, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a little oil to this frying pan, because we want to kind of brown that. Alright? And we're going to cut these are like monster boneless chicken breasts here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up and fill this as much as I can. Obviously, that's a pretty good sized breast. So I'm going to divide these in half. Okay? And I'm going to have one left over to take inside for later. Alright, now what I'm going to do with this is very easy. I'm going to take 2 packets of taco seasoning, and I'm going to rub it into the chicken. Plain old El Paso taco. Which is obviously in a non-stick foil pack there. Alright. And I'm going to rub this into my chicken. Alright. Alright, now that I've got that rubbed into my chicken, I'm going to take a jar of taco sauce. Salsa. I use paste, I like the flavor of it. We are going to add that to our pot. Alright. Alright, we're going to put a lid on it. And since this is a flat bottom, it doesn't have legs, what I'm going to do is put this over on the grill to cook on it, and I'm going to put some coals on top of it to make it work like an oven. So I'm going to put this over on the fire. And I'm going to take a couple of coals. Using a pair of tongs here. Okay, the hamburger's browning over here. I'm going to stir that up a little bit. All right, and that's got part 2 of it on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our dessert. All right. Now we're going to take a 10-inch Dutch oven, and the great thing about cobblers and pies, they're really gooey, and I really don't feel like cleaning this. So Lodge, or you could do it by a roll of parchment paper, makes these parchment liners. All right. I'm going to take a parchment liner, and I am going to put it on the inside of my Dutch oven. That way I won't have to clean the burnt on sugar. Alright. Okay. So we put that in there. We're going to add 2 cans of apple pie filling. Couple of apples are stuck in the bottom there. Okay, that's our 2 cans of apple pie filling. That one came clean. All right. And we'll put the old trash out of the way so we can keep our table clean here. All right, so we've got our apple pie filling in here, and we're going to spread that around a little bit, make it a nice level thing, and then we're going to take a plain old yellow cake mix. You can do the golden butter, or you can do whatever flavor you like. The golden seems to work the best as far as I'm concerned. And we're going to pour that on top. Again, it's a dump cake or a dump casserole, so it's pretty easy to do. Alright, we'll spread that out a little bit. Alright, the first thing we're going to add is we're going to add some margarine to the top, a little bit of oil. Make my cake rise easily. Quarter stick of butter will do fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add about 20 ounces of Sprite here, as soon as I can get it stopped overflowing. All right, it's about 20 ounces. And we're going to add some caramel syrup. Remember, this is apple caramel cake. You've got to have a lot of caramel. I'm putting about a half a bottle in here. Alright. Now I'm going to fold this paper back, put the lid on. I'm going to take my knife. Trim it up around this so we don't have any fires. Now this is going to be the traditional baking method, and what we're going to do to that, as soon as I get this casserole done, we'll set that up. Your fingers. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to continue with our soup. The onion and the ground beef is browned, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a can of pinto beans, juice and all. Alright. Going to add a can of black beans, juice and all, a can of Rotel, a can of stewed tomatoes, a can of kidney beans, can of corn, and we're going to do some Hidden Valley Ranch dressing and taco. The taco is the non-tear type. Now we're going to give that a quick stir, and then we're going to put the lid on it. We're going to hang this one, because this is going to be a soup. All right, looking good there. So here's the lid. We'll hook this up. I think I'm going to use a fairly large hook. Alright, so now this is going to boil, and we're going to let that simmer for a while. Alright, okay, what we have here, we've got some Spanish rice that I'm going to serve with the chicken, and these are the microwave type, but you can do these at camp by boiling them in water. So what I've got is some pot of water here, and I'm going to drop these in the water, and that'll give those time to heat up while we're doing everything else. Now what I need to do is going to work on our cobbler. Let me bring that over here. Alright, so we're baking, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on this block. Yeah, let's get that straight there. You got some more level surface there. And I'm going to put a couple of coals. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, these are going to be on the bottom. These are my baking coals. My pot's going to sit on top of that. Alright, and I think this might be the easier way. Now what I'm trying to get is a hot oven, so I want to use about 25 coals. Some of these are kind of small. So now we've got this going, and what we want to do is we want to replenish them as they get hot. So every 10 minutes we're going to turn the pot a quarter of a turn clockwise and the lid a quarter of a turn counterclockwise. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to check our chicken. And one of the things we need to do is chicken, you know, we need to make sure it's cooking. All right, take our lid off. And we're going to check the temperature of this bad boy. The good thing to use for that is an instant read thermometer, which I have right here in my pocket. These, you want to make sure it's at least 165 or 160 to start. And we are at 170, so we're way done. So let's go ahead and take that out. All right. Next thing we need for this is we're going to put some cheese on this bad boy. I need to take my gloves off to do this though. And we're going to put some cheese over top of everything. And I'm going to put my lid back on for about a few minutes to knock those, melt that cheese good. I am going to move it off the fire there a little bit because it is completely done. I just want the coals on the top to do their job. All right, let me get some. Knock some of these coals off. Should be enough heat left in there to be able to melt that cheese. Alright, next thing we're going to do is take a look at our soup here. And I'm pretty sure this is doing pretty good. This is going to take gloves. These are welder's gloves. They work great. You can buy them at any welding supply store. You can get fireplace gloves as well. Must have stretched my bail. All right, my soup is looking good. Matter of fact, it is ready. All right, since it's ready, and I need to make sure everything else is done, I'm going to raise this just to keep it warm. I'm going to put it on a high level. That'll just keep it toasty there while we're waiting. All right, next thing I want to do is I'm going to walk around here. I know the cobbler's not done. But we'll take a look-see anyway. Yep, she got a ways to go. Matter of fact, all right, when you're using a Dutch oven this size, you double the number of inches by the number of coals. So if this is a 10-inch, use about 20 coals, 1/3 of them on the bottom, 2/3 of them on top. This was braising, so I had equal heat on the bottom and equal heat on the top. And of course, this is a soup, so it's basically getting it hot. And that's boiling. All right, that's getting good. Okay, so we're ready for dinner. We got our chicken here, as you can see, it looks pretty good. And our soup over here. So we're going to scoop up a bowl of soup. there. And our soup is looking pretty good there. All right. Put that right there. Put a little teaspoon of sour cream on it. All right. Need some croutons. So sprinkle little croutons on it. And we have some Spanish style rice. And we'll put that right there. And our chicken goes on top of that with this delicious sauce. We got our lime wedge and a little bit of cilantro. You don't want cilantro, holler. All right, and I believe our cobbler is just about done. Actually, that is hot. Oh yeah. That cobbler is nice and ready. We moved it over to the hot coals because the bottom there was a little bit not done. Just wipe the spoon off and so we don't damage the dessert. And it might be easier to take this over there. And there we have it. There is taco chicken, Southwest chili soup, and apple caramel cobbler. And thank you for that. Remember, Dutch oven cooking is easy to do. Next time we go around, we'll up it a little bit and do something a little more complicated. Thank you.